Today, I want to share with you how we can relate to our Type 4 friends. To me, the most important thing is to be honest, to speak from the heart. You don't need to explain too much, no need for logic or intellectual analysis, because Type 4s deeply value emotion, but not just any emotion. They care about what's real, what's raw, what's genuine. They long for that rare and one-of-a-kind connection between human souls. So if you speak in logic or brag about your achievements, a 4 might quietly feel you're shallow or uninteresting. Instead, let's learn to appreciate their gift. Their sensitivity is sharp, their empathy is deep. They can often sense what others need, even when it's unspoken, and when they support you, it feels sincere, intimate, and deeply personal. Honestly, many of the best life coaches I know are Type 4s because their hearts can step inside yours. If you say to a 4, your outfit is trendy, everyone's wearing that, they might feel disappointed and think, wait, am I that ordinary? Don't you see how unique this piece is? But if you open up and share your vulnerabilities, your sadness, your fear, your pain, a 4 will be moved, deeply moved. I remember a 4 friend of mine who once got a beauty treatment. When it came time to pay, the bill was tens of thousands of dollars, but he wasn't angry. Instead, he looked at me and said with emotion that the staff member seemed so desperate she needed this commission to take her parents on a trip. That's what a 4 can be like when they're in an unbalanced state, so easily touched by another person's pain, even a stranger's, with almost no boundaries. I remember another 4 friend who wore a new shirt and was so excited. He said this was handmade by children in the mountains of Myanmar. There's only one like it in the world. I asked him how much it cost. He didn't know. He checked the receipt. It was over $300 for a thin piece of fabric. Someone nearby said, this cloth probably cost just a few bucks. But that's the thing about 4s. They're deeply affected by feelings, sometimes too much. So, dear Type 4s, there are a few things you might want to gently remember. First, don't always believe everything you feel, because your feelings can lead you too quickly into sadness, into longing, into a kind of quiet sorrow. Sometimes, you even enjoy the feeling of something being incomplete. But remember, feelings are not facts. There's no absolute truth, only how you interpret what's happening. So be careful not to turn your interpretations into self-inflicted stories of suffering. Second, when you feel sad, pause and practice self-awareness, because you're prone to sinking into melancholic moods. You may even shut yourself off from the world, fall into isolation, or spiral into hopelessness. Third, dear 4s, you can really benefit from your 2 wings, Type 3 and Type 5. From the 3, you can learn goals, action, and reality. This gives your dreams a path forward. From the 5, you can learn logic, structure, and mental clarity. This gives your emotions a steady ground to rest upon. These qualities may be ones you've overlooked or even judged, but they are deeply valuable. And finally, according to the growth path of the Enneagram, the direction of growth for a Type 4 is toward Type 1. This means learning to live by principles, not just being led by feelings, not letting emotions run your whole life. Use your creativity, honor your rich emotional world, but also learn to commit to real-world goals, to respect structure, to follow through. When you balance emotion and responsibility, your beauty becomes grounded, solid, whole. That is the most radiant and mature version of a Type 4. To every 4 listening, I send you love. May you find strength in your emotions and live out love in your real, everyday life. Thank you for being here.